Hello, hello, are we live? How are we all doing today? I don't even know who's here, what's going on. Usually start off by reading chat, but there's some messages from a while ago. How are we all doing? Also, isn't me the music way too loud? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna turn that down. Lovely jubbly. So, at long last, I'm proud to finally present what feels like the first Speak Space. This is the first time I've done a Speak Space stream with the prior intent and preparation thinking, this is a Speak Space stream. Because, obviously, Speak Space is the merging of a bunch of kind of different things. It's all been reorganized, and it's all on the featured page. Here's today's charity shout-out and question of the day. I'll talk more about those later. I really feel like this music is just a tad too loud. I'm just going to turn that down slightly. But yeah, this should also be happening today, unless plans change on DJ's end. But I did want to just mention, about this stream. I'm going to give everyone a few minutes, because there's no one really here. I want to just pad this out for a few minutes and just talk, because Speak Space has obviously had this, big reorganization. You can see for yourself, the legacy stuff is kind of been totally reorganized. And in terms of research topics, with the vast majority of these, they just needed a fresh coat of paint. I added timestamps, I changed the titles and descriptions, I added new thumbnails. Some of them I didn't even do all of that. But there was one, which was just so... I'm going to close my window, just for the soundproofing. That sounded like a huge wet fart. I'm not really sure what that was, to be honest. But what I wanted to say is that there was one stream, 1 out of 16, that was so just bad. Look at this thumbnail. This thumbnail is just garbage to look at. This thumbnail just with random editing and a shitty, poorly paced, random tangential, ill-conceived stream that just was low quality compared to a lot of the others. This was one of the few that I actually thought, you know what? I'm actually just going to redo this one completely. And it's still unlisted if you want to watch it, just, because this is something I've done before. The 16 Personalities test I originally did years ago, but this is the first time I streamed it, April 11th, 2021. So that is, over 2 years ago. But it's been so long, I want to do it again, just to redo this stream, but also for a few other reasons, which we'll get into. But yeah, I guess I should actually explain what we're doing here. This isn't, just a personality test, because I want to just have a more a deep discussion about this whole thing. Can personalities be categorized into types? Using this adaptation of the Myers-Briggs system, I'm going to find out which one of the 16-ish personality types there are theorized to be, and potentially more about myself. I'm at a stage in my life where I really need to be doing some introspection that I just don't have time for. Just kind of figuring out who I really am and what kind of a person I am, because how we even explain that and articulate that is part of the identification. I don't think it's actually that different from gender in that respect. Personality, it's kind of a very, it's an intangible, imaginary concept that we've just kind of come up with, and it clearly exists in the real world, but it's how we actually categorize and create taxonomy is kind of more difficult than you would think. And I gotta say, it's fitting actually, the comments we got, because it, I could have predicted this. Wowie, it's Mr. Matt, thank you, Frog Balloon. Super Soul, oh my gosh. Jesus, who's shat in your coffee this morning? I mean, fair enough, but I disagree, because I was going into this thinking, everyone seems to think these personality tests are pure crap, and that they're some way comparable to zodiac signs, which are purely fictitious crap. They're not perfect, but Jesus, that's not true. And I actually do want to talk about this, because for some reason it just seems assumed that this stuff is crap. And to be fair, I guess that there's some precedent for that. But let me get into it, okay? So the Myers-Briggs type indicator, the MBTI, is basically this original idea of a personality test. The actual test itself, especially since I've done it before, is not going to take too long. So, and I've given myself like 2 full hours for the stream. So for the first 30 minutes or so, I actually just want to talk about this. I just want to talk about 16 Personalities framework specifically and the very definition of the word personality. So, essentially, as it says here, in personality typology, the MBTI is an introspective self-report questionnaire indicating different psychological preferences and how people perceive the world and make decisions. Now, before we get any further, yes, I know, it's Wikipedia. Wikipedia is reliable. It is reliable. It's just, you're not using it correctly. Okay? This thing has 4 different citations. If you guys really want to complain that I'm using Wikipedia and it's unreliable, go do your own research right now and send me over some articles that are reliable, and let me read and compare those and find out that, oh, actually, they are saying the same thing. Look, it's got an abstract, guys. I don't have time on the stream to do all this reading, but this is exactly what I've been doing at uni. The way it's formatted. Like, I am a JSTOR whore. JSTOR's honestly not one of my favorite. I'm a bigger fan of, what's the online dictionary called? I think it might be Oxford. I just think the way Oxford's website, like, format stuff is way better. Usually I just download PDFs, but, you know, JSTOR, I don't like the format quite so much. But yeah, listen, I don't have time to read through all of this and do it justice in the stream. There simply isn't room. Also, this is super academic and will probably turn off a lot of viewers, which is a shame because I'd love to get into it, but I can't. So, I'm just saying, like, time's a factor. Okay, but, the thing I was trying to say and get on with, is that, essentially gives you this 4-letter category, because it has these 4 pairs of kind of binaries of these opposing personality traits, and you kind of fit on the spectrum of each one. It actually does a percentage on 16 Personalities, and this was made by Catherine Cook Briggs and Isabel Briggs Myers, who were inspired by the psychological types written by Carl Jung. Now, this is going even further back in time, but I do want to touch on this because this is actually quite relevant. So, Carl Jung, it is pronounced Jung, I believe, basically had this precursor, I guess, to the MBTI, because the MBTI is based on his theory of personality types. And I didn't do any prep. I did not, because I've been a little busy. I did not do any prep, and I really want to find the right thing here. But, basically, he did this research to understand, you know, how people can be classified on a basis of personality, of, like, why their behaviors manifest and how their behaviors manifest based on, like, you know, their kind of, subliminal, subconscious, I don't know, like psychological traits. I mean, that's what personality is, right? I'm already getting so lost in the source here. I'm so sourcing. Look, here's what I want to cover, because I went here before, back in 2021, with the original stream, and the point that I wanted to make here, so this is a bit dim, that's a bit dim, the accuracy and validity of the MBTI has been questioned significantly, because some people, you know, said there's little evidence for the dichotomies, and, you know, I don't even know what this is. Oh, right, the dynamic stack, yeah. But there was this other thing, I'm trying to find it. Again, it depends on honest self-reporting. Some people are uncover that. That's not the test in front of people. Yeah, here it is. The terminology has been criticized as being very vague and general so as to allow any kind of behavior to fit any personality type, which may result in the Barnum effect. Which people give a high rating to a positive depiction that supposedly applies specifically to them. And this is true to an extent, which is why 16 Personalities has expanded on it in far more detail, which we'll get into. If you want to do your own research, please do, because it just isn't time on the stream. There was a specific thing I wanted to point out. Where is it? Here it is, reliability. Apparently, it's really low, because a lot of people tend to get different classifications retaking the same test, even if it's just a few weeks later. So it's like, does it actually work? Maybe not. It's kind of, you know, unreliable because you keep getting different results. So it's like the results aren't meaningful. It's just a failure of a test. Now, what this all kind of led to is new development of personality tests. There's a thing called the Big Five, made by McRae and Costa, the 5-factor model, the FFM. A lot of history, but basically this one purported personality constructs with different labels. You've got, again, they kind of align with the original 4 from the MBTI, but they also don't. Like, these are the 4, I think. This is the MBTI system with the, you know, introvert, extrovert, sensing, intuition, feeling, thinking, and judging, perceiving traits, which don't exactly mean what they sound like as well. The terminology is kind of weird. But this one adds a 5th, I think, neuroticism. I think the others, it's not just like a reskin though. It's like they restructured the whole thing to have these other personality traits. It's just a little bit more detailed, essentially. Because the MBTI scale, it can kind of be correlated into this. Because, you know, there's an obvious, like, extroversion is the, you know, IE, it kind of, there's an obvious correlation there. You've still got, you know, what was the other more obvious one? Is, like, agreeableness? No, again, it doesn't exactly align. I'm not explaining this well, because this is not my area of study. But that's why I'm here, because I don't know, and I want to learn. But, again, more reliable because it's more in-depth, more accurate with the actual measures. Still not perfect. But let's talk about the 16 personalities. How does this actually fit into this, okay? So what they say is that you've obviously got the type descriptions. Speaking of which, this is in my bookmarks, but go to... I don't remember where I saved it. Speak space topics. Here it is. I think... No. Is it here? I don't see 16. Whatever. It's somewhere in my bookmarks. You may remember this. You got, like, you know, the analysis, diplomats, sentinels, explorers. Hope you guys like the thumbnail, by the way. I'm going to talk about the thumbnail in a minute, because a lot of effort went into that. But basically, let's just skim through this. So, we've driven to fit the variables and complexities of human personality into well-defined models. Although we are still some time away from being able to do that, the current models account for the most important personality traits and can predict our behavior with a high degree of accuracy. Personality is just one of many factors that guides behavior. Our actions are also influenced by our environment, our experiences, our individual goals. On our website, we describe how people belonging to a specific personality type are likely to behave. We outline indicators and tendencies, however, not definitive guidelines or answers. Significant differences can exist even among people who share a personality type. This information website is meant to inspire personal growth and an improved understanding of yourself and your relationships, not to be taken as gospel. So to the people like Super Soul, who, and even, you know, Indistractable, Bob did an episode on this, and he, like, started off being like, well, I know these things are kind of bullshit, and I was like, come on, give it a chance. The reason I'm here, and I just want to say, I have not read this ahead of time. I'm actually just skimming through it now, because I have not had time to prepare. It's my own bad, poor time management, but, like, I did not read ahead. I did not read that. I don't think I've ever read this page before. But that is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm doing this as a learning exercise, because I want to understand more about myself. And something that maybe it's just a poor excuse for, you know, their shoddy design, or maybe it is genuine. They did say, you know, it's like, well, it's more of a guideline, and there's a lot of differences within personalities. The way I see it, there's a lot of overlap, because there's a lot of similar personalities, which is probably why people kept putting into different ones, because they're kind of teetering on the edge, because this has happened to me. Well, actually, that was quite some time. I haven't done the personality test that often. I've only done it like twice or 3 times before. But it's like, it did change, and I thought, well, it's just because it's very similar. But the thing is, it's not supposed to be a gospel truth. It's not supposed to be a definitive answer to everything you are, because it's more of a spectrum than categories. It's like, this is the box that you're, like, the most leaning into, but it's not. This is not end all be all of who you are. And also, they are actually pretty similar to a lot of the adjacent ones. And, you know, it's not a perfect formula. But what it isn't, is zodiac signs, which apparently read the stars to dictate your tendencies. What it is a scientific process that uses observation and hypothesis to come towards the most likely theory. That's all that science is, at the end of the day. Really take it back to the roots. Again, it is built on Myers-Briggs, which is built on Jung's work. But it is different. They actually have 5 traits. They are incorporating the kind of like 5 traits. It is a more advanced. Again, types versus traits is just kind of an explanation of like the actual system. We'll get into that, because there's traits and then there's the, you know, the individual like letters, and then there's the types, which is like the combined like 4-letter thing. Again, they're addressing like ambiverts here, Neris model. But yeah, they actually do acknowledge this kind of, you know, issue of reliability and validity. I can't talk today. Validity. But yeah, what they're talking about here is like an organization can protect itself from screen banks if appear reliable. Claim that cost equals quality. I feel like this is just a bit of like, oh guys, look at us, we're so good. Like, guys, it's free, by the way. We're not like those other which they do. There are some expensive personalities out there which are pretty much a scam, because you can do this for free and it's like just as good. But you know, our goal is to give you the truth, because that's what our research shows, and that's what you deserve to hear. It does sound a bit cheesy, but it just because it's not perfect doesn't mean it's not valuable. Like, I've done loads of other personality tests online. This is the best one. This is the best one, by far. It's free, it's really well presented, but above all, the actual questions and the results are much more in-depth than pretty much all the other personality tests I've done. I'm not going to go through all this now, because we can talk about it. I'm kind of going to go through all that now, but basically, there's a lot of different personalities that kind of, you know, have some correlations and similarities, and to actually investigate, okay, well, are they actually different? I'm going to open up all of them, and I'm going to see which one I think I am, if, you know, they're actually all pretty much the same. Because I've talked to a bunch of people and gotten a bunch of different people to do these tests, and I gotta say, there were some correlations. And yeah, just to talk about the actual definition of personality, we're talking about characteristics and qualities that form a distinctive character. Kind of like behavioral and decision-making type stuff. Not demographic stuff, but like, you know, intangible, you know, behavioral, you know, feeling, thinking type stuff. Again, you know, the way people solve problems, the way people process information. It's complicated. But yeah, unique patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors is probably the best way to put it. But yeah, these are some older personality type theories. And yeah, it's very interesting. We don't have time. So I just want to look at these, right? Let's just run through these. So I'm just going to look at the introduction, because I don't have time to read the whole thing. But the way that these personalities are grouped is based on these, you know, because what they've done, they've gone with the Myers-Briggs with 16, but within it, each one, they've put the A and the T, which is to do with confidence, basically. Assertive versus turbulent. Which is... I'm trying to remember. See, this is specific to the page. If I go personality types, it was on the first page we were reading. Actually, I should open that back up. If you go history, our framework. Basically, it's important to actually know this stuff. I'm aware of time. Let me just find this. But yeah, energy is introversion with extroversion. That's how we interact with our surroundings, you know. People get so exhausted by social interaction, people get energized by social interaction, that kind of thing. Mind is to do with observant versus intuitive. So people who are, you know, very pragmatic and down to earth, kind of live in the present. Intuitive is kind of more, you know, thinking about the future and the theoretical, and kind of like, you know, dreamers, I guess. That's an oversimplification, but you're thinking and feeling, which is pretty much what that means, actually. This is like how people make decisions and cope with emotions, priority of logic, or you know, like social harmony. Tactics is again, this is confusing because the names, judging and prospecting aren't really the right words. But yeah, this is kind of like decisiveness, which is kind of judging, but kind of not. And prospecting is good at kind of improv and opportunities. Again, I feel like I used to very much be a judging, but now I'm a prospecting in the way I approach work. But then you've also got assertive and turbulent, which is kind of like sensitivity and resistance to stress. So it's not just confidence. It's like assertive is kind of like, you know, people who are self-assured, even temper-resistant, self-conscious and sensitive. Yeah, it basically manifests as confidence, but it's like there's more to it. Again, there's just not time. So an entertainer is extroverted, observant, feeling, and prospecting. These people love vibrant experiences, engaging in life eagerly, and taking pleasure in discovering the unknown. They can be very social, often encouraging others into shared activities. I can say for a fact right now, this is the exact opposite of me. This is not me. The basic summary is that they're kind of like, you know, energetic, enthusiastic, and kind of like, you know, pretty outgoing. There's definitely things I should probably change about myself to become more like this, but yeah, that ain't me. Entrepreneur, I know a couple entrepreneurs. That's just they have funny names for the ESTP. But yeah, these guys always have an impact on their immediate surroundings. It's like energetic and action oriented, definitely navigating whatever's in front of them. They love uncovering life's opportunities about social knowledge or more personal pursuits. You may wonder, okay, so what's the difference, right? The difference is thinking versus feeling. Small difference. Because obviously, if you do a test and it's like you're 50-50 on thinking and feeling, you might get the same one twice. Now, if you get two completely different ones twice, which definitely did happen, yeah, that's something else. But I'm just saying, there's a very fine line between these. So, it's only one trait that's actually different. They're otherwise identical. The difference with these guys is obviously that they are more kind of logic-driven than emotional-driven. But again, it's a bit of an oversimplification. Might be better, actually, because they have the descriptions here. But yeah, but if we just keep going, like this one now has two differences because it's an introverted, but it's still got the FP, not even the FP, the SP combination. I don't have time for this. Oh man, the excuse me. It doesn't really summarize here. What does it say? So this one emphasizes creativity, down-to-earth attitude. But I think kindness and artistic skills is leaning more into feeling. Because this one doesn't really mention that. It's actually been a while. I haven't read these in ages. I don't know if I've ever read some of these the whole way through because I haven't really got them. Yeah, the virtuoso again is they're all similar because they have this certain combination. They have a word for it, I forget. But yeah, again, these guys virtuosos are generally more individualistic and more independent, which is different because entertainers are absolutely reliant on other people in some situations. I don't know. It's detailed, but actually, so I definitely am not any of these guys. Like, if I had to predict... Yeah, that was it. I forgot. What I wanted to do, if I had to predict which one of these I'm going to get, it's not going to be any of these. Absolutely not. No way. Definitely not these last two. I wouldn't consider myself... I don't know. Prospecting maybe, but I think I'm probably not observant. I don't know. But yeah, the adventure is kind of like, you know, driven by curiosity to try new things. Kind of, very kind of like outgoing, I guess. Maybe. I could see myself as maybe adventurer. But like, reading this... Yeah, see, this is kind of what I want to be in life, but I don't know if that's what I am. Go with the flow mentality. Struggle to set long-term plans, stick with them. Nah, not me. I'm decent at that, actually. But yeah. I don't know. I could see myself as a venture, maybe. But like, this isn't like, I'm not reading this and thinking it's literally me, whereas I have with others. Virtuoso. Oh, Harrison Ford's a virtuoso. Cool. But yeah, often mechanics and engineers, hence the image. Explore ideas through creating, troubleshooting, trial and error, and first-hand experience. I don't know. Yeah, nah, this ain't me. This ain't me. That's not ringing any bells. Now, console. Interestingly, I think someone, was it my brother? Got this one? Their achievements are guided by decisive values and they willingly offer guidance to others. Life is sweetest when it's shared with others. Very like kind of hospitality and good manners. I don't know. But like, it's interesting to actually read these and see what the differences are. Because it is slight. Like, you could easily get some of these in the same like band, especially mixed up. Emphasis on loyalty. Emphasis on deep respect for tradition. Nah, fuck that. I don't know. I'm definitely not console. Console's beta. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Azu, Frog Balloon, I've been reading chat. Seems we've gotten some new messages now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You got Architect, we'll see. Again, yeah, guys, what do you think I would get? What do you think you would get? I'm curious. Frog Balloon, I'll figure out in a minute. Now, the Executive. Representatives of tradition and order. Utilizing their understanding of what is right and wrong. You know those people who have like a really rigid sense of right and wrong, black and white? I don't know. Yeah, these people are like natural leaders. Weirdly enough, I think I've been said to be a natural leader in some ways, like my parents think so, and I've definitely sensed it in a lot of situations that I'm actually like a natural leader. But I think I'm more like a Sigma than an Alpha. Like I'm a lone wolf type, because I really don't lead. The song that was just playing, Frog Balloon, is Star Jump from Celeste. Star Jump. Got the usual playlist playing. Should all be in the description. If I've remembered to add it. Yes, it's there. Fortunately, you can't see which is which, but, you know, literally isn't enough characters in the description for that. Should just have another page I just link my music. It's not my music, but yeah, utter rejection of laziness and cheating, especially in works. Yeah, I respect that, but I wouldn't consider myself an executive. Surety of their knowledge. I can never be so assured, even as like a dash T. I don't think the executive's me at all. The Defender. Now, I did the test a long time ago and I got this personality, but I was so young, I don't think this is really me. Although I think my sister got this one. Warm and unassuming in their own steady way. They're efficient and responsible, giving careful attention to practical details of their daily lives. Defenders help make the world go round. Hardworking and devoted, deep sense of responsibility, counted to meet deadlines, remember birthdays, special occasions, uphold traditions, and shower the loved ones with gestures of care and support. I mean, yeah! Capable can-do personality type with a wealth of versatile gifts. Sensitive and caring with an excellent analytical abilities and eye for detail. Now, this definitely feels a lot closer, but I still don't think this is quite me. Yeah, this is not me, though. Nah. I don't make maintaining social relationships a chore for myself. I'm lazy like that. I am a bit of a perfectionist, always have been. But yeah, still not sure if that's quite me. Deeply social nature. Maybe. Got the logistician. Reserved yet willful with a rational outlook on life. They compose their actions carefully and carry them out with methodical purpose. Pride themselves in integrity. See, I think when I was younger, I was closer to one of these blue types. Because I was a fucking nerd. Nah, I was hardworking, is the truth. Grounded and logical. Personal integrity. Always take responsibility. Quick to own up to their mistakes. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. Kind of. Emphasis of this one is kind of like that they're, you know, more, kind of hardworking and, what's the word? Consistent. They hold themselves to a high standard. Here we go. So we've got the green ones now. Now, I wouldn't say this one is anything like me. This one is someone who's embraced big ideas and actions that reflect their sense of hope and goodwill towards others. Their vibrant energy can flow in many directions. Outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded. Yeah. I don't know, because this one's more like kind of like emotional and also extroverted, which I think are both opposite to me. So there's like some stuff, maybe. Because again, when you think about it, there's only going to be one personality type that you don't relate to at all, assuming the system works, because it will have all the characters opposite to you. So there's only one. But yeah, campaigner's intuition goes too far and gets, you know, social stress and worry about other people's business. I'm very much opposite to that. So no, definitely not me. Protagonist, I think one of my other brothers got this one, I don't remember. Thoughtful and idealistic, warm, forthright, love helping others, strong ideas and values, creative energy. This is Joe. This is literally my brother Joe. I remember now, he got this one and it's so accurate. So accurate. And again, some things, but I don't know. I don't really have this. I'm not. But yeah, they're very like pure, I guess. What talk the talk and walk the walk? But yeah, I don't know. Leading by example, devoted altruists. I don't know. This is kind of vague. But maybe it's just because I don't relate to it. Because I don't think some of the others are very vague. But this one, I don't know. This isn't. Maybe. We've got mediator next. Now, I remember this one because I think my girlfriend has this one. Although they may seem quiet, unassuming, mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives. Creative and imaginative, they happily lose themselves in daydreams, inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their minds. They're known for their sensitivity. They have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. I remember reading this thinking, yeah, that's Lucy. Absolutely spot on. Idealistic and empathetic. Check. This is like 100% Lucy. But again, maybe that's just because Lucy happens to have a personality that fits in the box. And there's a lot of other people who are kind of there, but not quite. Because again, it is still very general, because there's just so much diversity within humans. I don't think 16 adequately represents all the different personalities that do exist. It's just, it's not quite enough. But it's useful, it's a starting point. But yeah, this is not me. I've daydreamed, but I am not a daydreamer. I'm not that creative, really. Tend to feel directionless or stuck until they connect with a sense of purpose in their lives. Yeah, I'm not that idealistic and kind of prospecting. I don't know. I might not be that prospecting. I feel like I'm more. I just kind of like live in the moment and I'm focused on tangible goals. I'm not worried about like kind of my life purpose because I think that's just not something I'm worried about yet. There's just, I don't know how to answer that. So I haven't really, I can't connect with that. So I kind of relate with that, but I kind of don't. It's weird. I don't know. I doubt I'd be a mediator, but I think we're getting like, there's more traits there. I think I'm definitely got I, probably got T. Not sure. I think I'm not sure about N and P. I feel like those are the ones that could go either way. Next is advocate, which is pretty similar, but this one's judging instead. They have deep thoughtfulness and imagination, quiet, principled version of humanism, and again, very much like a kind of a dreamer, I guess, with their big vision. But they, yeah, lofty goals and ambitions. They're not idle. They care about integrity, conscientious. Advocates tend to carry a sense of being different from most people. They don't always fit in. And, creativity, manage sensitivity. This is closer to me. Mission in life, doing what's right. Not to, brag, but I feel like this is a bit more like me. Deep, authentic relations. This is the stuff. You have to read a bit further. This. Yeah, this is very much me. Although I don't think I'm that emotional, to be honest. I can be, but it takes a while to get there. I honestly, yeah, I could kind of relate to this one, actually. I feel like this is kind of close. See, now it's curious to see what's in common. They're all introverted. They're all mostly, maybe the N is maybe the difference here. Because it's varied, but they're all judging as well. Not all of them, most of them are judging. Might be figuring out which one I am. Now, the debater. No, this is definitely not me. Bold and creative, deconstructing and rebuilding ideas with great mental agility. They pursue their goals vigorously despite any resistance they might encounter. I mean, we are not considering the A and the T as well. I feel like I'm probably leaning towards T on the A, but I was like 50-50 on that last time. But again, I think my personality has changed because I'm still young. Like, it probably gets set later in life, but because I've been doing this as a teenager, there's definitely been some variance. Yeah, these guys are the ultimate devil's advocates. They love controversy, verbal sparring. They're not disagreeable, mean-spirited. They're just playful, knowledgeable, curious, and incredibly entertaining. I feel like I'm not, like, far away from this, but I am definitely not this person, and I've been very entertained by people with this personality type that I know in the debating society, funnily enough, especially. Probably all got this one. But yeah, I love playing devil's advocate, but I'm not bold enough to really step up to controversy, usually. Unless I'm, like, actually confident and I've got a plan. But yeah, debaters are kind of, the cost of contrarianism. They, think big, but struggle with the grunt work. Respected for their confidence, knowledge, keen sense of humour. I can see this being similar to one of my personalities, but that's definitely not me, just because I'm not outgoing, I think. You've also got the commander, who is... What's the difference? I think it's judging, rather than perceiving. Natural-born leaders. Ruthless rationalities in their drive, determination, and sharp minds. Yeah, this is quite it. Dominant, relentless, and unforgiving. Nope. This is definitely not me, but you just know. We're almost at the end now. Logician, as opposed to logistician. Very different. So this one's more about the personal creativity and unconventional approaches. Whoops. So again, big thinkers aren't afraid to stand up from the crowd. Never-ending daydreamer. Pensive, detached, and a bit reserved, but very intense. Tired out by extensive socializing. Yeah, okay, this is close to me. I've had life experiences which track this. But yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading. But yeah, very intelligent. Very, very hard into logic and rationality, though. Analysis paralysis. But yeah, creativity, open-mindedness. Okay, this is closer to... I've had experience with likeness. Now, this! The last one, the first one. This is what I got last time. So I'm expecting to get this one again, but that might not be true. Let's just see. So the INTJ... Thoughtful tacticians love perfecting the details of life, applying creativity and rationality to everything they do. Their inner world is often a private, complex one. It can be lonely at the top. That's a funny way of putting it. But yeah, uncanny knack for seeing right through phoniness and hypocrisy, rational and quick-witted. I feel like this might be my dad rather than me. But yeah, love breaking the rules, can risk disapproval for, curiosity's sake. Successful, inventive, insight, logical power. Yeah, strong independent streak. Yep, that's me. Stoic intellect. Authentically human, thirst for knowledge. Boldest dreamers, bitterest pessimists. Cynical about human nature. You can't call me out like that, man. This is the only one that stabs at stuff that I don't normally share. Like, there are some things about myself that I'll share to the world, but there's things in this one and this one alone where it's saying things that I actually do relate to, but that I normally wouldn't want to share because it's a little embarrassing, and it's kind of like, yeah, even though maybe I could, you know, I was a kid, it doesn't count. It's like, I can relate to some of these experiences from my own life. Single-minded, little patience for frivolity, distractions, or idle gossip. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is me. I am 100%, this is mine. This is way more accurate than any of the others. There was, like, some tendencies, definitely, and maybe it's just the wording, but it's like, this is the one. If I don't get this, I'm gonna be confused. Relying on strategy rather than well, that's more of an opportunity, actually. But yeah, it's interesting. The chess game of life. Architects are full of contradictions. They're imaginative yet decisive, ambitious yet private, and curious yet focused. From the outside, the contradictions may seem baffling, but make perfect sense when you understand the inner workings of the architect mind. It's the only one with all these contradictions. I'm so special and quirky, guys. But seriously, INTJ, I think I was a -A by like 1%. Doesn't really matter. I mean, but if we look at the similarities, this one's only difference is the P. INTJ, that's like F instead. INTJ, yep. There's only one thing that's different each time. Maybe two. These one have two differences. And this one has 3 different things, but again, it was much more vague. If you actually look at where they're positioned, I feel like I'm the architect, so the fact that the logician and the advocate were similar kind of makes sense. Even the logistician down here, notice that it's in the same line. The defender, which is weirdly enough veering off, I don't know what that's about. And the adventurer, but not the virtuoso. Kind of weird. I don't know why that is, but I guess it's just how they interact. Now, I've already done the test, so if I log in, I guess I'm not going to log in. I'll log in at the end. I think that's enough of that, guys. I've been going for like 30 minutes now. 45 minutes. I'm going to get on with actually doing the test now. But I did want to just kind of deep dive into like what we're actually doing here and what the value of it is. It's definitely not a perfect comprehensive overview of all human personality. But it's a system that is detailed and does use science to kind of get a bearing, at least a general theoretical bearing on why people behave differently and why some people just don't get along and why it seems to be in our nature to be so different. I think personality types are a big factor, not even the only factor, but a big factor. It's as they said. And I've done 16 personalities before, I've done other websites before. This is the best. For free, this is much better than anything else you're going to find. And I will die on that hill unless someone can find me another. I mean, I could find one, but I think it's time we just got on with this. So let's get started. Free personality test. Again, more of a spectrum. They do percentages because it's like you're kind of the boxes. There are lines drawn within like a spectrum. That's how I think of a lot of things, honestly, in life. Like personality, gender, class, probably even race. At the very least, like ethnicity. Like it's more of a spectrum with boxes within. The way we actually identify all these things, because you know, when it comes down to like identity, yeah, identity is kind of like the defining issue of you know this century of you know in politics. And it's like, I think the way all of it has to be defined is rather than boxes or a spectrum, it's kind of a mix of the two, because you've got that flexibility and that accuracy to the reality that a lot of things, it's like a million little things that kind of build up into a very specific, everyone's on a different, you know, part of the spectrum. That spectrum as well. But like, you know, with how we identify ourselves and how we categorize ourselves. But also, those general boxes do exist. And there are broad groups who kind of do have a bit of a consciousness. You know, class consciousness is a thing. Gender consciousness is absolutely a thing. And I know this both from experience, but mostly from hearing what others have had to say, really. I don't think there's anyone in the world who doesn't feel like they're a part of some group. It's like, I'll look at things like, yeah, like, you know, I don't really care. I'm not a part of, you know, the gender binary. It's like, I don't really care about that. Like, I don't deem being a man a big part of my identity. But then I'll see something on Instagram and it's like, only the boys will get this. And I'm like, oh my god, so true. And it's not even anything that's obviously to do with sex or gender. It's just some mundane thing. Like, guys will look at this and think, hell yeah. And it's like a wobbling, like, piece of, like laminated cardboard that makes that funny wobble sound. And everyone, all the boys in the comments like, hell yeah, hell yeah. But again, it's a generalization because it's not like a hard rule. There's plenty of girls who are also like getting on that. I consider my sister one of the boys, honestly, just because I guess she grew up with 3 brothers. And she's more emasculated than any of us. Anyway, I'm just having a laugh. It's all jokes. It's not that deep. But yeah. Is chat cut off? Let me fix that. Chat. Why is chat cut off? Oh yeah, I think that's right. There we go. Yeah, that's aligned. Because you can see it doesn't have like the top chat bit and it doesn't have the sign in. But it's like exactly right where you can see all the messages, including the pinned message. And I just need to get it in the middle. That's about as good as it's going to get. That, it's not. Can you please just stay centered? I don't know why this is so difficult. But there we go. That. On the main thing. Oh, right. I'm so sorry. I hadn't noticed. This happens sometimes, and I don't know why. Where's chat? Chat. Here we go. Chat box. There. There we go. That's aligned. My cam does cover up some of the stuff at the top, but in order to get it to fit perfectly, I'd have to resize it, and it's the same size as this one, so it would just screw this up. It's very messy, but no, that is correct. That is how I intended it to look. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, but no, 8 billion is too many though. Because the thing is, this is the thing with labels in anything in society generally. This is a bit personal, but I'm going to say it. I was having a conversation with my dad lately about, are we middle class or are we lower class or working class or whatever it's called? Because it's like, where do you draw the line? And the thing is, I don't think class it shouldn't exist anyway, and it's like very overcomplicated, but it's like, for the benefit of, you know, colloquial conversation and kind of like, you know, ease of understanding and teaching others, we have to simplify reality a bit. There aren't 8 billion different personalities. Not every single person is that unique. Obviously, everyone is unique and different in that, like, no 2 people are going to have the exact same behaviors and thought processes because they live different lives in different situations, have different experiences. But they're going to absolutely be matched personalities. Because it's like, if there were 8 billion personalities, there'd be no point to any of this. It would just be too much. But it's like, having 16 categories is still, it has enough nuance and depth to kind of like, you know, be broadly accurate, but it allows you to really get more into, you know, it allows people to actually have a way to just basically understand and get like an overview of like personality types. I think maybe they should actually have like the 5th one be, you know, displayed separately. So instead of 16, it would be 25. I think 25 personalities sounds a bit better to me. Kind of like with the political compass. And this is what I wanted to talk about, by the way. Little thing I wanted to mention on the, I know I haven't started, but I'll get on that. The research topics, right? The political compass test is excellent, and I would love to do it again, because this one was a banger, and it's a classic, and it's really good. But I did a thing called 8 values, which is kind of better, actually, because it measures things that weren't even in the political compass test, so it's a bit less generalized, and you can really understand your views on, like, specific issues. It's great. So if I do this again, I love the political compass, but I might do this instead. But if you know what the political compass looks like, you see it? You see it? See, the fun thing about this thumbnail is that it was unintentional, but I realized what the colors were, and I realized, oh my god, it's close. It's not exact. Technically, the top left is the same color as the top right. There's like a purple and a yellow lip right. I don't know what that's about, but since there wasn't a red and there was a yellow, you can see it, right? Like, yeah. unintentional, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be, I'm intentionally doing that now. That is hilarious that there's like the political compass hidden in there. Also, you can tell how long ago this was made. This stream, you can see how much longer my hair is now, my beard. If you look back there, you can see that image, those images, plural, of myself that I made to the thumbnail. That was ages ago. This whole thing has been planned since August. I had this thing ready to go live in September, and it's now almost the end of the year in December. Like, I've just had to keep putting it off and off because I've had other things to do. This has been in the works for ages. I'm gonna finally get on with this now, I think. Finally, maybe. Hold on, 1 second. Got a message. Okay, I just got confirmation that the next stream today can go ahead. So I'm just gonna share that and double check. How long do I have to do the personality test? We have 92 minutes. Hopefully I don't have to put this off, but this will be a short stream. So if I have to delay it to 6, that's actually not a problem. Right, I'm actually going to get on with this now. Let's go. I'm just going to make sure I've got the browser selected. Thank you very much. And we're going to full screen this bad boy. Alright. Now, I want to do what I did last time and actually talk about why I'm choosing what I'm choosing. But also, I think part of the test is just pick what immediately you think. Don't overthink it. Because I think that might help get a more accurate result. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Because doing this at different times of day, with different situations, might make me think differently. But I regularly make new friends. Again, this is actually situational. So, I gotta think, well, I mean, when I'm at uni, yeah. When I'm at home, no. So, taking away the situational aspect of it and thinking about how outgoing I am, nah. I do make new friends, but not regularly. Nowhere near regularly. Only occasionally. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. I used to. These days, not so much. So, soft disagree. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Honestly, if it's like someone I know personally, yes, like a family member. Otherwise, nah. So I'm gonna go like neutral on that one. Backup plan for a backup plan. I usually don't have to, but occasionally, yeah, if I have, like, a lot going on. I like to improvise a bit, but yeah. So, actually, no, I don't. I'm gonna go neutral. I'm gonna say no. Because I don't plan that thoroughly. I plan generally, and then I improvise in the moment to kind of sort out the detail. The details sort themselves out. I've gotten a lot better over the years at staying calm. I'm gonna say... yeah, I'm gonna say, like, honestly, I'm pretty good at that now. Maybe not that much. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people, and mostly talk to ones you already know. Yeah, case in point, the last one I went to, I'm not very outgoing. I do a little bit. Like, I'm not totally antisocial, but, like, I rarely just go up to new people and say hi. Like, I don't know, there has to be a reason, an excuse. Anyway. Not really. I don't mind running. I mean, honestly, it does feel better, but in reality, I don't really do it often. I'm gonna go soft degree. God, no. People are far too sentimental. I tell you what, guys. You know, if there's one thing I've learned in the last, like, few years, it's that everyone is way more sentimental than me. I've seen other people get more upset and more fussed about me throwing away or destroying my own things. Like chucking out toys or gizmos or, say, deleting my YouTube channel, alright? Do you guys remember when I deleted my YouTube channel? My Mr. Matt's Hydrated Highlights? People were like bemoaning that and saying, what a shame. And I was like, it's just this cruddy little thing that nobody should miss because everything that was on there is being re-uploaded somewhere elsewhere. You guys are losing basically nothing. I thought that was so strange. Like, if I deleted any of my other YouTube channels right now, like if I deleted Matt's Demist, like... people, well, I can't because that's Ethan's channel, but let's say we did. Like, when we got rid of the deceptive cock video, the awful scrap trap meme, some people were like, no, Matt, you can't. And it was like, mate, I don't care, you know? It doesn't have that much value to me. Even if it was something with value to me, like this channel, or, like, let's just say all my channels blew up. Like, I get over it. I feel like some people would not. There are some things I value, it's hard to disagree. I do like using schedules and lists, absolutely. Really, really just helps me get in the zone. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Unfortunately, yeah, this is my turbulent side. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I have grown a lot more resistant to stress over the years through discipline and training. but I've learned the hard way to never... I've just learned the hard way, always be modest. I don't want to say timid, but it's like I am always modest. I'm always underestimating myself, overestimating my objectives, because if it avoids disappointment to try and minimize expectations and just kind of be like, okay, we're gonna just, I don't know. Maybe that's not a good mindset, but it's like every time I try and be confident and bold and daring, think to myself, actually, yeah, fuck you, I own this, I'm good at this. I fuck up big time, and it demolishes any confidence I had. So I've learned the hard way to keep confidence on the low. It's just practical. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and strike a conversation. Yes, but what do I mean by interesting? Because, like, I don't do that. But, like, I have a lot more confidence than I used to. I'm not gonna go, like, full hard agree, but it's like, if I've been at an event at uni, and it's like this person we've never met, but, like, I've just sat for an hour listening to them do a speech because they're presenting something or something. Or if, like, I overheard them talking and I can think of an excuse to strike up a conversation, I will do that. I have done that. Met a guy who's done a postgrad of my history degree just because I can't even remember how we met. Like, I think one of the committee who no, it was the other night. I went to it was the History Society casino night, and we were doing there was a practice session where I basically taught them to play poker. Not the greatest. And I just sort of met this guy in passing. Then we had a more in-depth discussion at the actual casino night. Yeah. There's a bunch of other examples at uni, but yeah. No, I'm absolutely comfortable. Sometimes I don't have the confidence, but sometimes it's like, yeah. I love meeting new people. Honestly. The most fun part of any relationship is the beginning. After that, it gets boring. Except with very few exceptions. You're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative words. Disagree. That is my jam. You're more inclined to follow your head than you... Look how quickly we're getting through this, by the way. How much time do we have? 85 minutes. Oh, mate, we're going to finish this with plenty of time. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Yes. Generally. It's not an absolute, but generally, yes. I try and approach things logically. Anyway. You usually prefer what you do, just don't you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Hard agree. For years, I have tried to plan a daily routine, to have like a weekly routine. It's really hard. I cannot stick to routines because there's always so much to do, and it's like it's always different at different times. So things are very flexible, but what it means is that I actually end up wasting quite a bit of time. And I'm thinking of, for New Year's resolution, I might try and establish some kind of routine. I might try something along those lines, but I don't know how I'm going to do it because I just can't. It stresses me out. It, like, forces me into doing stuff I don't... Because what I feel like doing in the moment is unpredictable, and, like, what ends up happening is that, like, everything balances out, ultimately, but, like, in a way that's not mechanically perfect. But yeah, absolutely. Like, I gave up on trying to plan routines years ago because it just never worked for me. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't really worry because I don't like this whole mentality of having to be valued and judged based on like a single conversation or whatever. Like, you know, if I'm being interviewed for a job and they're like, man, fuck this guy, he made a really bad first impression. Fuck them, I don't want a job with them. Like, fine. Like, I'll find someone else. Because what is more important in life than impressing people is being authentically true to yourself. And I would rather just do both, because you can do both in certain situations. Like, obviously, if I'm preparing for something special, I'm gonna, like, you know, dress up fancy or whatever. But it's like, I'm not gonna go to the point of just being fake. I really don't care, you know? Honestly, yes, but only to a limited extent. Like, it's kind of like, depends on the group, depends on the activity. I'll hit yeah. You like books and movies that... I'm gonna go with this, actually. Yeah. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Yes and no. It depends if it's done right, but it can be good. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplishing than your own accomplishments. Honestly, I am a live in the present kind of guy. I almost never stop and actually look back on my own life or my own accomplishments or think about what I've done. And there's usually just not time to self-reflect like that. But I'm looking forward to this year's New Year's special, basically, the end of the year vlog that I was doing, the kind of looking back, this channel in, well, it's actually just my 2023 that's coming up, because it was my 2022 last year. I'm really looking forward to that, because I can really think about where the channel's been and what's going on there. But yeah, but helping others really makes me happy as well. I feel like it's pretty even. Like, both are great. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Yes. Facts. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Mate, that's just called being real. How hard do I agree, though? I'm gonna say... I don't know. I always try and prepare for the worst. But I'm not really prone to it. Like, I don't automatically assume, oh, it's gonna do this now. I'm actually gonna say disagree. Because I'm generally more optimistic. Like, I don't even think about it. I'm gonna go neutral. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Weirdly enough, yes. Even though I definitely have the skills for a leadership role, I struggle with certain aspects of leadership. So generally, yes. Usually, like, I'll step forward if, like, nobody else is. But only then, really. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. Disagree. Everyone is artistic in some way. You have to be completely soulless not to have some kind of artistic streak. Everyone has one. I definitely have one. Maybe it's a bit stronger than most, but whatever. It's there. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? Hard to disagree. It's got to be a balance. I mean, hard disagree or soft disagree? Like... Because both are important, right? Yeah. That's the thing, Frog Balloon, yeah. Gotta think about the phrasing. I'm not really, like, worrying with that. Relied more on rationality and less on feelings. Both important. I'm gonna say disagree, but not hard disagree. You prefer to do your chores for allowing yourself to relax. Yes and no. I'm still thinking about this one. Hold on. Because... just when it comes to decision making, it's like... we already place rationality above feelings quite a bit. I don't know. I think there's different things that would make the world a better place, which has nothing really to do with this. I'm going to keep that as it is. Yes. I like, just kind of tough this one. I'm not that strict. Like, I'm at a point in life where I've come to just be a lot more loosey-goosey, a lot more, I think I'm going to get a perceiving rather than judging personality. That might actually change, because this trait in me of, like, just kind of being a bit more opportunistic rather than strategic and just thinking, the future will sort itself out. Because I know my future self is going to get on with this. I can trust him. Like, genuinely, I think I'm at a point in life where I can trust myself to do what needs to be done. And kind of, like, not worry, like, I'll, postpone that. And not in a way that's kind of just procrastinating and putting things off, but actually, yeah, I will make time for that. It's hard, but, there are exceptions. But generally, I like to just set time for work and get things done. But not in like a kind of timetable-y, schedule-y, routinely way, because I really struggle with that. I do not enjoy watching people argue. There are very few things that are truly valuable or worth arguing over. Hard disagree. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Yeah, honestly. I mean, sometimes, I don't know. No, yeah, I don't like being the center of attention or the spotlight. There was a time where I kind of did, but it wasn't intentional. But these days, I don't know, I'm not that fussed. My mood, there are very few specific things that can change my mood very quickly. But generally, no. Takes a lot. You lose patience when people who are not as efficient with you. A little bit, not a lot. It depends. You want to end up doing things at the last possible moment. Unfortunately, I've got to agree. I'm pretty good at managing my time, but the thing is, I'm ambitious, so there always ends up being like one or two things where it's like, well, now I got to do this last minute. It's not like super often, but it's not great. You've always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Yes, it scares me, and it intrigues me at the same time. How are we doing for time? Oh, we have so much time. Mate, it'll be done in like 20 minutes. I'm going through this way quicker than I did before, because I'm more confident about my answers. If I come back to this again in another 2 years, I'll be like really decisive, and I'll like just already know. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Strangely enough, yes. I may be an introvert, and I don't think about this, but I spend a lot of time alone, and it's fine, because I'm constantly thinking. I'm working, I'm reading, I'm listening to music, to whatever. But actually, all this time I'm on my own and having a good time, I'm not thinking about being on my own. Like, I'm sort of just living in my own head. The moment I realize I'm on my own, it's like, oh, I don't like this. And when you're on your own for too long, literally just like an hour, alone with your thoughts, scariest thing. Not nice. Kind of, your mind, I don't know, I got a strong imagination, I think. But it's like, it's weird. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not the lack of imagination that's an issue, but I've said previously that I'm not very imaginative because I really struggle to, like, I've never done any creative writing, I've not really composed music since school. I have the potential to do a lot of creation, but basically everything I create is just kind of recycling and regurgitating and adapting existing stuff. Like, all the essays and stuff I write is just, you know, stuff that other people have already done but better, really. I don't have anything that's particularly unique to say beyond what I've been taught, you know, maybe it's just because I'm not that high level yet. You know, I'm still doing a bachelor's on, I'm not a master's yet. You know, with all my YouTube stuff, it's all reactionary, it's all responsive, it's just plop a game or something in front of me and I react to it. There's not really a lot of stuff that actually comes from my own imagination, because my ideas were generated based on other stuff. What I need to do, really, is maybe if one day get into creative writing and do some, like, fan fiction, that'd be cool. Because that's a good starting point. But my passion for FNAF has died, so, you know, not a lot of other things which really compare. But, like, weirdly enough, even though I'm an introvert, I do much prefer being around others, even if it's not a social situation. Like, I absolutely love hanging out with friends and family who are, like, on my wavelength, because too much of a good thing just gets exhausting. Like, I've been every single waking day, every waking moment of my entire life, like 20 years, I've never, like, had a day where I wasn't, like, with at least one of my family members for, like, a significant period of time. Like, they're around, they're always here, so it's hard to not take them for granted at this point, and it's like, I don't know, I'm not a kid anymore, so it's not like I'm totally reliant on them. Definitely still am in some ways, but it's like, you know, I don't really think about them very much, because I don't need to, like, they're always there. But with people who I don't see every day, and who I very much value the time around because it's kind of limited in that way, especially friends at uni, online, it's like, I absolutely love that. But even just if I'm in a public place, I feel more comfortable and safe when there's just crowds of people. Because even though there's things I don't like about that, depending on the situation, like when I'm shopping, when I'm just going out for a walk or whatever, it's nice to have, I mean, sometimes I need headspace to be on my own, and that's different, but it's like, sometimes I just feel more comfortable and safe just with the knowledge that there's just lots of ordinary, normal people around me, and I'm in a normal, safe environment, and I just kind of feel like I could just strike up a conversation with anybody there, you know? Not that I would, but yeah, like, it makes me feel more comfortable, unless there's, like, someone doing something weird, I guess. So I'm gonna say soft degree, but it's very situational. I don't usually think about it. Hard disagree. Just because something's theoretical doesn't mean it's useless. I think, as someone who is very academic and delves very much into theoretical rather than practical stuff, sometimes I feel a bit guilty that it's like, why am I wasting my time on all this intellectual nonsense when I could be helping the world by, you know, doing, you know, the, you know, dirty work, blue-collar jobs, and really help the world by, you know, providing necessities to the world, you know, being a farmer or an electrician or a plumber. But it's like, everyone's got their part to play in the world, and my part to play is one that is highly theoretical at times, because that stuff interests me, and I do have some skills that are more suited to that area. Like, I could do a mundane, you know, job like that, like a factory worker type thing, but I've got different ambitions, I guess. My parents have different ambitions, let's be honest. But, you know, I'm at the point now where I'm happy with that. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. No, definitely not. It's hard to empathize with people who are so different to you. It's almost like I can't even relate to you, like on a human level. Like if someone's from like a wildly like different culture where they just don't even have the same understanding of the world or of other people, and it's like there's such a, I don't know, cultural barrier. I don't know. That's an extreme example. I can't really think of any good examples, but it's like, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I think I've gotten better at this over the years. I'm going to soft disagree, because I don't meet a lot of people whose experiences are very different from mine, to be really honest. Most people I interact with have had similar experiences to me, because I know them all through parts of the internet that I've also frequented, or we've both, you know, been to the same university, and we both, like, I don't know. Like, even international students at my uni who have, you know, been grown up in different places, like, we always find things in common. I don't know. But, like, I don't know, like, I can understand things on, like, a factual basis, but actually empathizing with the feeling of it, that's a lot more difficult. That's something that takes a lot more time and effort for me to reach. Also, DJ, welcome to the stream, thank you for joining. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Disagree. Very much the opposite. I like to get decisions done as soon as possible, but it's really hard, so they have to get postponed. And it's like, I want to get things, like, done ASAP. But, like, I hate putting things off, and I hate that I have to do that sometimes, and it's just, like, I mean, I like leaving the door open with some decisions, but I'd prefer to, like, have decisions made. I guess I don't hard disagree. There's some things where it's like, well, I you know, postpone finalizing decisions. Nah, I just, procrastinate. Like, this month, with all the events that I've got lined up for the end of December, like, they're not ready yet. I still need to message people about doing an Among Us solo, because, like, I just haven't gotten around to that yet. I need to, yeah, I really need to get on with that. Postpone finalizing decisions. Yeah, no, not at all. Because finalizing a decision is different from making a decision. Like, I don't mind if something's left unfinalized and it's kind of like we've got like a general idea of the decision, but it's not like a concrete thing. But usually I like to get that wrapped up sooner. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. I second guess a lot of choices. Some things I'm pretty confident about, but some things I do second guess. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Those things are long and exhausting. I'm an introvert. You enjoy going to art museums? Yes and no. Kind of depends. It doesn't interest me that much, but, like, it's cool. I can appreciate art and history. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Not really. Like, at this point in my life, like, people get upset over the stupidest, pettiest things, but it doesn't mean I don't understand. I just look down on them. No, sometimes it's confusing, because I'm like, I just don't know stuff. Or maybe I don't get a social cue, or something like that. But, I'd say usually I can sense the vibe, adjust my behavior as necessary. I'd have a to-do list for each day. Yes, I make so many to-do lists. I don't do it daily. I used to. These days it's not as daily, but yeah, absolutely. You rarely feel insecure. This is so confusing because it's like a double negative. Rarely feel insecure. I feel insecure sometimes. depends on what the thing is. Have to allow. What do we mean by insecure? Oh, excuse me. Okay, don't know what this is or why it's Yahoo. Insecure definition. Like, uncertain or anxious about oneself, not confident. I mean, not as much. It kind of depends. Sometimes it's quite a lot. Sometimes it's like, nah. You avoid making phone calls. Not really. No. I don't go out my way to make phone calls, but it's like, if I need to make a phone call, I'll do it. Like, I'm over that. I had a lot of phone call anxiety when I was younger, but like, you just gotta treat it like an IRL interaction and just, you know, state your intent. It's fine if it goes awkwardly, because once you hang up, it's like you never see that person again. Unless it's like someone you know and it's just like a weird phone call. You could just, there's all kinds of excuses you make with phone calls. You can be like, oh, the line's breaking up, you know? You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are different from your own. Not a lot of time, and not very different, but yes. In the things I've studied, it's fascinating to look at different perspectives and takes on historical things. I'm actually at the point now where I'm starting to get to the level where I actually disagree with what I'm reading. Because up until this point, it's all been, well, they give you specific stuff, you know, to teach you, and it's like, of course you agree with it, because this is opening your mind. But I'm starting to reach a point now where it's like, hang on. I don't know about that. And also, just online in general, I like... Again, here's a good example, okay? Doctor Who. Guys, spoilers, if you haven't seen it already. But, if we go to my history, and if we go to Doctor Who, I've been watching some Doctor Who reviews and stuff, and it's like, I'm really interested to see deep dives into, you know, what is good and bad about these like episodes, and it's like, you know, like getting other people's perspectives and takes, because I don't know what they're going to say. It's going to be different. Problem is, a lot of views that are very different from my own are just kind of set on being needlessly kind of, you know, insulting or rude or just kind of like unhelpful. Instead of being constructively, you know, instead of having constructive criticism, a lot of views that are very different from my own are just seeking to tear down and destroy and just be an asshole. Case in point, Nerdrotic. I just want to say how much of a cunt this guy is, because his channel sucks. This guy, whenever I find a YouTube video essay channel where every single video is negative, I know I found a bad channel. I don't know why this is a thing, and Nerdrotic's not the only one. Who is just awful and nauseating. But, like, there's specific channels with Doctor Who, for example, where I've been, like, watching, I don't know, if I find, like, Doctor Who controversy, there's some shit channels who go out their way to cover controversies as well. Critical Drinker. Dude, I actually think this guy's alright. I don't know, I remember watching one of his videos and thought it was really funny, but it's, like, every single video... Nah, Critical Drinker's chill, no. Who am I thinking of? Critical Drinker's just a bit cynical. I can't find it. But it's like, you know those YouTube channels where it's like, every single video is like, why this will fail, this was mid, this sucked, and it's like, they never have anything to say positively about anything ever, and it's like, if you hate all of this stuff so much, what do you like? It's like, it's one thing to like, have criticism, but it's like, it's imbalanced. I mean, I don't know, it just really, really puts me off. Because, like, it's difficult enough to make a video talking about something you dislike and criticizing it, because it's, like, generally, obviously, you're gonna make stuff about stuff you enjoy, but it's like, these people are just so full of hatred instead of joy. It's just completely opposite to the creative process, and really off-putting. So, there's that, which is why that's a soft degree and a hard degree. Anyway. But, yeah. Insta, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Excuse me. INFP-T. Oh, is that one of the yellow ones? I bet it is. I bet it is. INFP-T. INFP-T. Oh. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I kind of see that, actually. That's surprising, but I think there's a lot I don't know about you. That's the same as my girlfriend, I think. Interesting. As we were. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, this is personal. But this is something that is personal to me, but that I'm not afraid to kind of share with the world and make public. And not with you guys, because it's like... I mean... Like, I don't wear my heart on my sleeve, but it's like, I will be honest about this. Like, I don't mind, like, you know, making myself vulnerable in public. I think everyone has vulnerabilities, and it's kind of, like, important to actually address those for self-growth and stuff. It's part of why I'm doing this. But, like, I don't have a social circle. I'm sort of being absorbed into a friend group with the debating society at my uni. There's sort of a loose history group as well, and they kind of overlap a little bit. And then there's also the Hydration Nation, but it's like... The Hydration Nation's more of a community. It's a general conglomerate of, like, gamers, and it's like, I don't really have a close circle of actual, like, close friends that I do activities with regularly. Like, I have maybe enough people I can count on one hand for that, maybe. No offense. It's just that, like... It's a very loose social circle. There's also the Shrine of Ambience, which is again a very loose social circle. Like, I don't have like a friend group. I don't have like a squad. I just sort of flit about. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes I wonder, man, what have I missed out on? But it's hard to kind of build that, because you have to find the right people. Not that there's anything wrong with all the people I know, it's just that, like, you have to be on the same wavelength. There are very few people in the world I can be that kind of intimate and close with. And also a lot of you are, like, minors, so a bit of an age gap, I'm just saying, it's a factor. I just remember someone brought that up, like, a couple weeks ago, and it's been sticking in my mind again. Because obviously with the Hydration Nation, yeah, I'm the boss man. I own the place. I'm hosting all these events and stuff. But also, I just kind of follow along. Like, I don't really do my own thing in a lot of other places. Like, I'm not hosting anything at uni right now. So I'm gonna have to go in the middle, because it kind of varies. Because when I have, like, a plan and a specific thing, I will go out and I will tell my friends about it. But, like, a lot of the times, I don't know. I just kind of, like... Unless I have, like, a reason to speak with someone, I won't speak with them, because I'm fucking sociopathic. I'm kidding. I don't know. Age gap goes crazy. It really does. Also, is the music too loud? I'm very sorry. Oh, wow, yeah, it kind of is. Let me turn the music down a bit. It might just be this song. I'm going to turn the music down slightly. I hope that helps. Yeah. No. It needed turning down a bit. But yes. This is hard. I know I said I shouldn't overthink these, but it's like, I don't really... I guess I'll just go in the middle, but that doesn't really feel right. I don't know, maybe. I think I'm kind of, I have a... On the screen of your webcam, it's way louder? Really? The audio doesn't change. Let me show you this. The audio does not change. Maybe you are crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Right. So you see, I'm switching to chat here. The desktop audio doesn't change. I don't know how I can show you this. But it's like... You see down here, this is the chat screen. It's like... The same desktop audio is here. It's exactly like I don't have any other audio. Otherwise, you would see more like audios underneath that were muted. Like I don't have a different thing. Like if I switch, it's like same mic, same camera. Anyway, enough of that. Frog is a little crazy. I think it was just the song. Yeah. I'm just gonna go neutral because I really don't know. It varies. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like I don't really try to be a leader, but you know I kind of have to be for my own thing here. But because I'm a bit of a lone wolf, it's why, like, it's not like a tight-knit community or anything, because I don't do a lot of social stuff. I don't know. It's complicated. If your plans interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yes, yeah, that's just... I don't like leaving things unfinished or partway through. Like, yeah, I try and, like, adapt. You're still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. This is where I get, like, the music. Gotta get the Gus Fring edit. Yes and no. Like, there's some things that I think about on occasion, but it doesn't really bother me. Like, not really. You gotta learn to let it go, because you can't change your past. I just move on. There's probably some things, but nothing that's actually that deep. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Disagree. I do, every day. Every day, I'm thinking, why? What is the purpose of my life? Of course I do. Your emotions control you more than control them. Hard disagree. I probably had some out of control moments as a kid, but it's like, I mean, is there any situation so my emotions control me more than I control them? Can't think really. Oh, like there are probably specific things you could trigger me with, and forgive the lingo, but I can't think of a better word. I'm gonna say disagree. You take great, because I'm more thinking than feeling anyway. You take great care to not make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Pfft, name them and shame them, bitch. I mean, I'm not in a mean way. Like, not really. No. I won't go out of my way to make someone look bad, but it's like, not really. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Yep. I don't know why it is, but it's like, I have to get in the zone to get motivated, and it's like, consistency is hard. It's not that extreme. I'm not like ADHD, like struggling to focus and then getting like a burst, but it's like, I don't know, I kind of struggle with routine. It's probably, to be fair, I do manage to get organized and try and do, kind of repeat something on the daily, but no, I do get spontaneous bursts of soft degree. It's not that big. Wow. No. But not yes either. Something's highly of you. You wonder how long it takes them to disappoint in you. That's not the first thought. I don't have that much crippling anxiety. I just take the compliment. I take the honor of it. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Don't really mind. Depends on the job, but like I could be fine with a job like that. Depends. Excuse me. Yeah. Name and shame, bitch. Yeah. You know what? Insta, you've won the comment awards for today. That's going in the Mr. Matt quote book. Feel free to clip this, guys. I haven't uploaded anything to Matt's to Miss in like months. I'm lacking clips. We're probably missing out some great moments from streams. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Hard disagree. I love doing that, and it's just, I think like that's really valuable just from an educational point of view. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres and quiet, intimate places. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, I feel comfortable, even if I'm like on my own with like a backdrop of like just strangers like around, just in a public place. Like, I'm on my own, but it's like there's no pressure. Yeah. You know at first glance how someone is feeling? Not really. I mean, sometimes it's obvious, but sometimes it's not. I'm going to say soft disagree. Right, how close are we to the end? 90%. Last page. Here we go. You often feel overwhelmed. Fucking, yeah. Pretty often. But that's because I'm trying to push myself. It's a good thing. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Yes, I try my best not to cut corners. But sometimes you gotta cut corners, man. You're very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Absolutely. I've done a whole series of live streams specifically on that called The Debates. The Mr. Matt Debates. The Speak Space Debates. Check it out. I need to do more of these. But for now, this is the collection. Lots of old stuff, but definitely something that's gonna hopefully get some updates next year. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Absolutely. That is like the Spider-Man altruism within me. Like, Spider-Man 2 has reignited my interest in Spider-Man as a whole, and I'm really taking to heart, like, the kind of moral lessons from that a lot more. Same with Doctor Who, rewatching that as well. Spider-Man and Doctor Who were, like, formative for me growing up, and I've kind of returned to them after a long time, realizing, actually, yeah, this is what it means to be a good person. It's like, if someone else really does need a good opportunity more than me, I'll hand it to them. It's only fair. Like, I will manage. Wouldn't hesitate. I do struggle with deadlines. I don't know why. I just do. Deadlines stress me out. Even when I'm prepared for them. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Despite this, yeah? Not that confident. Soft degree. Like, select your gender. What if I just selected female this time, just to be that guy? What about other? Does other pick randomly, or is there like a third one? Now I want to know. I want to pick the female one, just to be that guy. I want a different avatar. Listen, guys, listen. This is why men play as women in video games. If I gotta be looking at someone's ass for 100 hours in this RPG, I'll take a woman's ass over a meta. I've seen a post that was along those lines that was quite funny. But, guys, the hitbox is smaller, guys, because the hitbox is smaller if you're a woman. Honestly, I don't do this enough. Like, in my whole life, whenever I've been playing games, I always just make my player character male, just because, well, I'm male, so they should be too. Nah, let's mix it up. It could be fun. You feel confident things will work out for you. Weirdly enough, yes. Not, like, super strongly, because I know I'm going to have to put in work and effort, and bad luck's going to strike. But, like, nah, you know, I'm going to go middle, because it's like, I'm not super confident, but I know that I can trust my future self to handle the challenges before me. I know that I can trust myself to actually do my best at this point in life. I feel that now, and I've got a sense of time. I've been thinking a lot about the past and the future more deeply lately, and it's scary, but I know that I'll find a way. It might take much longer than I'd like it to, and it might not be the happiest or most comfortable journey, but I feel like ultimately things will work out. I will find a way. We will survive. I always come back. But anyway, interesting that Frog and Insta have completely opposing views on this time machine thing. You would 100% perfect your life. That's an interesting take. I wonder if that means Frog is the opposite personality then. Let me just go back to this. So the personality types, right? If Insta has this one, Frog would be ESTJ. ESTJ, which is the executive. This is not Frog. Which one? You know what? I just want to play a fun game now. Before I get my result, which personality would you guys be? Alright? Frog Balloon. I gotta think about just like the 4 traits. Frog Balloon, I feel like is probably introvert. Probably, I forget, N and S always confuse me. N and S. Because, where's the page? Our framework. Introverted. I'm thinking intuitive. Probably thinking of a feeling and probably judging. I'm betting Frog would be... Based on what I know, I don't know him that well. Don't even know the guy's real name, you know? Ain't that deep. I'm guessing you would be an INTJ. Wait a second. INTJ, same as me. Probably an INTJ... AOT, I'm not sure. I don't think I know you well enough. But someone I do know a bit better is DJ. We know Insta got INFP. I think DJ would probably be... Probably IN... maybe F. INTF. Honestly, I feel like DJ might actually be the same. I probably don't know you guys well enough. I think both of you would be in the analyst category. That could be totally wrong though. Yeah, honestly, I'm talking crap. Don't mind me. Alright. You guys ready? This is time. That is indeed what you got. Like, actually, no way. DJ, there probably are. I haven't checked it in a while. But, there's a lot of stuff recently which hasn't been clipped. And I've been thinking about it. But I don't have the time to go back and find stuff. But yeah, DJ, I definitely think it's worth doing. I bet you would get something similar to INTJ. Let's find out, guys. What's my result? Aha! What did I tell you? Apparently we're the same Frog. Similar anyway. I literally just... Guys, I know it's a female avatar because I chose that as a meme. But it's the exact same. It's the exact same. INTJ-A. I had this exact thing before. It's not even that far off. I don't know, I might have this somewhere, give me a second. I have my results saved somewhere, and I just want to see, before we continue, if I still have them where I think I have them. Hold on a moment. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I made a notepad writing this down. But also, do I have the actual image saved anywhere? If I go to the everything else folder, random online stuff, maybe? Perchance? I would have written down 16 personalities. No, that's just the 16 personalities. If I just search P, because I'm like epic like that. Okay. Oh, my personality. Bingo. Gotcha. And it's gone. Personality. Yeah, here we go. So, my personality last time was this. I wrote down this notepad. You guys can see that, right? Yeah. It was like 61, 84, 66, 61, 51, but that's... Oh, that's a 1 here, so I don't even need that. Okay. But yeah, this is what I got last time. Mind, energy, nature, tactics, identity. INTJ-A. And here we are with the exact same thing again. If I go back... How much time we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. But yeah, imaginative and strategic thinkers with a plan for everything. Alright. So, again, introverted, tend to prefer fewer yet deeper meaningful social interactions and often feel drawn to calmer environments. Now, I will say, the percentage has changed. I'm still in the same box, but my introversion's gone down by 2%. 2% difference because of my time at college meeting a lot more students like me. It's definitely made me a bit more extroverted, just a little bit. 80% intuitive. It's actually 4% less, but I still do not give a fuck. I am very much imaginative, big picture oriented, and, you know, theoretical. Fair. Alright. 53% thinking, which is a little bit less, actually. That's a lot less. This is the biggest change so far. That is 13% less thinking than before. I'm a lot more feeling now. Still emphasizing objectivity and rationality over social harmony, but definitely a bit more balanced. And 60% judging, which is just 1% less. So they've all gone down slightly. The thinking feeling is a big difference. I was a bit surprised to see, but pretty much the same. Still the same personality. Again, decisive, thorough, highly organized, value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. Again, that's a generalization. I've said many times how I am trying to be a bit more spontaneous, trying to be a bit more loosey-goosey, go with the flow. But I still do try and generally plan. I try and make room for improvisation before I just improvise. I'm not that, like, you know, wild. But yeah. And 64% assertive, so the assertiveness has actually gone up. Last time it was very 50-50. It's gone up by 13%. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. Tend to be much more self-confident when striving to achieve goals. Let's put in... Oops. Uh-oh. I don't know if any of those emails are supposed to be on the stream. Could you all do me a favor and just forget you saw those? Don't try emailing any of them. There we go. That is a public email that I can absolutely show off on the stream. That's fine. Why did it give me the other ones, though? That's my, stream. I'm probably not going to check it much anyway, but yeah. Send results. Thank you. That's my... Okay, give us a second. This is my actual, like, Mr. Matt Gmail. I don't think there's anything here I need to hide. Like, I'm going to get... You guys don't have my email password. No one's going to get this. I'm just going to mark that all as red. Where is it? There's a lot of random stuff in here. Where is it? Oh, right, yeah, because I already did this on the same email. That's why I haven't gotten it. Honestly, it's fine. I barely use this website. Like, I don't have to... It doesn't matter. The results are not that different. I chose the female avatar this time. That's the biggest difference. More than 13% increase in assertiveness. Yeah, it's not appearing, mate. Could you do that again? Give me a second. It's not doing the thing. Okay, I might just do this later or something. It's not appearing. Alright, just hit next. So, I click next, and it takes you to this. The Architect! Thought constitutes the greatness of man. Man is a reed, the fearless thing in nature, but he is a thinking reed. So, we already read this a bit. This is me? I mean, yeah, it is. I don't know. Should I come back in 5 weeks and see if I get a different result? Because, you know, it's been like 2.5 years and I've gotten the exact same result with just a few percentage differences, which I can totally see as being a direct result of my experiences and interactions since I did that last test, altering my personality. Still the same box, but it's like a bit different. I don't know. I really can't trash this test. I was prepared to give it a bit of critique for being generalized or kind of like inaccurate in some way, but this is accurate. Like, I can see how it's a bit of a generalization that I only fit into part of, but like, it's way more accurate than any of the others. We already read through this at the start. We skimmed it. If you want to read this for yourself, guys, you don't have to take the test. You can just read about it. Oh, wait, this is the continuity error inbox. That explains a bit. Maybe... Hang on, why am I thought... Okay, I'm very confused. Apparently I'm logged in on Gmail as continuity error, so I missed a map. I'm just gonna switch that. Or maybe I should... Maybe I should use continuity error. Should I use that email? Doesn't really matter, does it? Nah, I'll use the Mr. Matt one because it'll overwrite the old one. Can I... Okay, and now it's gone. And now... Oh... And I've lost my results. Fuck. Oh no, it's still got it saved. Yo. That is, yeah, those are my results from just now. Hold on, sorry, you guys can't see this. So that's what I got last time. Can I download the image again? Where did I get that from? If I just go to the conclusion, it gives you, like, the thing, I think. Like... Because I've already read this. Last time it was the same thing. I don't even know where it is. These are some other architects, apparently. Forgot about the funny graphics. Whoops. There we go. Whoa, there's loads. Walter White Heisenberg? Damn. Okay. I can't find the thing I downloaded that image from. Is it a premium feature? Or is it... It used to be a premium feature, it's not? Right, let me... God damn it, not again. This is also public, so that's fine. I believe that is the correct thing. So... Compare? Oh, we can do a comparison. Where's the thing? Your profile. Here we go. My name is Matt. And I am 22 years old. Thank you. I probably should switch the gender back. I did that as a meme. The result history. Change avatar. Oh, you can fully customize. I forgot about this. Yeah, I'm a woman now, guys. Stuck. Oh, here we go. I'm getting so confused. There's so many pages. Let me just... I just want to get the same... What's past results? Ah, I see. We don't recommend doing so more than every 6 months. I just don't know where I got, like, the image from before. This thing. Like, what page was this on? I don't know if they've changed it. If this is it now. But yeah, it's not this. There's the code. Is that a password? Oh no, now you can access my profile. Whatever will I do? I'm confused. Is that? Okay, I'm just gonna start that and close that. Bye bye. How does this work? I actually don't know how this works. We still got like 30 minutes. Could you not? I just want to open the link, bruh. Excuse me. The hell? I'll just do this. Oh! I just want to copy the link. Fucking finally. Here it is. No, wait, that's the same thing, isn't it? I don't even know. Her personality. Ah, that's funny. Okay, I'm just gonna snip this because I don't know where the thing is. Do I have to have one of these selected at all times? I'll have that one selected, I guess, since that's like the different one. But yeah, that is the new thing, I guess. So if I go to pictures, everything else, random online stuff, my personality again. What does this see? Learn more. Well, what are these dots down here? Where do they take you? Analysts embrace rationality and impartiality, excelling in intellectual debates and scientific technological fields. They are fiercely independent, open-minded, and strong-willed. Confident individuals doesn't like doing things alone, choose to rely on their own skills and instincts instead of seeking contact with other people. They know what they're good at. Yep. Accurate. That's me. So, yeah. I wasn't trying to get this personality again to prove my point, like, genuinely. I wouldn't even know how. But yeah, I mean, I might as well mess up my profile a bit, I don't know. I guess I use the continuity error address, even though this is on Mr. Man. I don't even know if this is a mess. I could delete it. It doesn't really matter. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, that has been, the personality test of all time. The realist. There it is. It's a bit crunchy. Oh well, you get the idea. I just wonder if I could get a better image. A little less crunchy. What is all this anyway? I need to take some time and just like look at all this, because there's so much here. That's funny. I like that they have all this stuff. Like, the personality test is just the start. They actually have, like, surveys and insights and articles about the personality types. I really should look into this more. Because that's, like, people take the test and stop there, like me. But it's actually, like, there's all kinds of community stuff they do, which is fun. I'm going to bookmark this in... I'll just put it there. And I'll come back. But, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Time's ticking. I'm going to go. That's the thing. Alright. Let's just reach out for a bit and catch up before we end the stream. So, but yeah. They're very 50-50 and 60-40. Okay. I will say, you're quite young. Your personality's probably going to change over time. But it might just be a case of the percentages. Continuing the map trans arc. Ah, yes, the trans arc. I'm a woman now, guys. Real. Yeah. FNAF 2 menu music copyright. Real. Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, this has been fun. It's been really good returning to what is an absolute classic. Oh, excuse me. Absolute gem. Like, this is one of, like, the OG, like, non-gaming streams, of the channel. And I'm really glad to kind of come back to it, like, with a much cleaner, refreshed format. I'm probably going to timestamp this, even if I don't, like, much cleaner overall. Had a lot of fun with the thumbnail. And I need to stick around on this thing and probably, you know, post this on the Hydration Nation. I might tweak some things, change my avatar and stuff. Being a woman, it was funny. Well, actually, what happens if you pick other? I just want to see how that looks. Do they just have an androgynous avatar? Okay. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I get feminine vibes in the head, but they're wearing like a tie, which looks masculine. I don't know. Whatever. The way we attribute these things is totally superficial anyway. So just see what there is. So what's your mastery journey? You get exclusive avatars, and there's premium as well. They have a paid thing for more like insights. This is interesting. Like, I actually should do this. I should take... Oh my god, there's a... Whoa. There's a lot... What the hell? What is this? What is this? Like, actually, is it just reading? 287. What? There's so much. I should actually look into this because, I don't like put myself in a box that much, but I clearly am an INTJ-A, so, like, definitely would be worth looking into more deeply. But yeah, I'm not going to do that now. That is all. Alright, this has been 16 Personalities. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know. I think, maybe I'll come back to this in some way. Not necessarily taking the test again, but doing more investigation into the whole personality types. But I'm surprised. Like, for all of its limitations, this was honestly pretty accurate. I think this is the best thing we have for kind of grouping personalities. It's definitely, it just feels... I don't know, like, it actually has a method. It just doesn't quite attribute for, I think the nuances within each group, because there are people within the group that are quite different because of their own situations and experiences. But I think that's beyond the realm of personality. It's like personality is still only one of the elements of who you are, and there's other things. Also, it doesn't really address, like, neurodivergence at all, and I just wonder how that factors in. Because there are certain personality traits that correlate with certain, mental conditions like ADHD or whatever. Like, I know this because my girlfriend's ADHD and she's taught me a lot about it over the years. I'm sure it's the same for autism or whatever, you know? I feel ashamed to be an INTJ now that I know Elon Musk shares it with me. Mate, there's all kinds of cool people who are INTJ. I don't know. Elon is fine, to be honest. Oof, hot takes today. I don't know. Elon is Elon, I guess. But yeah, FNAF World Time, FNAF World Time. I'm gonna need a couple minutes. I need to go AFK, but I might start the FNAF World stream a bit early, which I don't think anyone's gonna complain about. I'm gonna just do a little heads up now for the people who aren't here, being like, hold on. Also, guys, the stream's ending, so shout out the Trussell Trust. Today's charity shout-out goes to a UK-based food bank. They're a great organisation. The link is in the description. Check them out. Have got the question of the day. Now's your last chance to win a shout-out to your YouTube channel. If you can tell me, what's the most important personality trait and why? Terrible QOTD, I know. I couldn't come up with anything else. But it's just interesting to think about. It doesn't have to be based on the test. It could just be any personality trait. Any way you define that. And yeah, the links to everything, including this, are in the description. You know, if you want to try this for yourself. What did I... Yeah, the test, you know, my Discord server, it's all there. But yeah, I was going to say... heads up, this stream might be starting a little early. See you soon. It's, you know, this is going to be a short stream. But yeah, that's everything. So, thanks, and have a nice day, and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, it's just going to be back with a... I want to do more of these. Just, like, investigating a topic. Doing some more kind of, like, you know, intellectual stuff. Because I love the games, and that's easy. But this is, you know, better in some ways. It's different, and it's valuable in a different kind of way. So, hopefully, in 2024... Again, this is something I'm going to talk about soon. I really need to do some vlogs and just kind of, like, chat about all things with the channel in the next year, because I've got some stuff planned, but yeah. Oh, people have hated Musk for years. I think I'm actually glad he kind of like murdered Twitter into this X thing, but also he's basically the Thomas Edison of the modern era. He takes a lot of other people's work and inventions and claims it as his own. He's, you know, very easy target for people who are anti-laissez-faire capitalism and kind of, you know, corporate, corruption, greed, overreach, and power. I don't know, he's just kind of... It's kind of like Zuck. Like, I don't hate him, but he's kind of a weird guy. It's like he's done a lot of... said and done a lot of questionable things. I feel really bad for his kid with the weird name that he gave him. But I think he's actually... He supported some very, like, questionable politicians, shall we say. I'm pretty sure... I wish I could cite something, I don't remember. I'd stay away from that kind of stuff. I really don't care. Like... You know... If I remembered, yeah, maybe. But Elon Musk is a controversial figure. He's definitely done some great things, like making electric cars cheaper, I guess. I mean, he did lay off like several thousand people, but you know, swings and roundabouts. Economics sucks. I hate economics just fundamentally. Who came up with economics? Real world thing, no. It's just not relevant right now. I don't know, maybe I should be concerned about something Elon's doing, but there's more important issues, I guess. I don't know if he has my money at all, but oh no, I misread your comment. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not really thinking about that right now. There's more important things, like COP28. Anyway, I gotta go. See you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. No one's given the QOTD a go. I will just assume, just double check that there weren't any answers that I just missed. No? Yeah, it's okay. It's a crap QOTD, guys. I couldn't come up with anything better. I'll think of something better next time, but I'm gonna go. Time's ticking. This has been fun. This has been great. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Link description. I'll be back with FNAF World soon. Yeah, that's it. Stay hydrated.